Hey everybody, it's John, and today we're at C2 Tactical in Scottsdale, and it is Mantis X Live Fire Monday. And today we're going to talk about using cadence in order to get shots as accurate as we need them and shoot at the pace that we want to shoot for the threat that we face. There are live fire training tools and dry fire training tools. Mantis X is the only one that does both. It will change the way you shoot for the better. It has helped me immensely. So what we're trying to think about here is how accurate do my shots need to be? So we're going to stand up here at the 7-yard line, and I'm going to use my Mantis X and work on a 1-second cadence. Now, again, you don't have to have a Mantis X, but one of the things that I love about this is it gives me objective feedback. It gives me exactly how long is my shots. Now, we learned this at the Sig Sauer Pistol Academy. Doug Flavin was my instructor, and he talks about 1 front sight, 2 front sight, 3 front sight, 4 front sight, 5 front sight. So that's kind of a counting cadence. When we move down to a half second, it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. And so what we're trying to do here is we're trying to see at a 1-second cadence, can I get my hits? Can I actually press the trigger at that? And how much accuracy can I have? So let's move up to the 7-yard line. We'll use one of these targets. We'll see if we can kind of find our sights and use the Mantis X to give us a little bit of objective feedback. So 7-yard line, what we're going to do is I'm going to use the Mantis X to give me some objective feedback, but when I hear the beep, and I can use just a regular timer for this as well, heck, a timer on my smartphone would work just as well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to then try to shoot 5 shots, 5 seconds, and at the same time, I'm trying to keep a high accuracy standard. Now, what am I going to use for that? I am actually going to use the small head circle here on these C2 targets and see how we do. So let's get a look at it. Front sight, 2 front sight, 3 front sight, 4 front sight, 5 front sight. Now, that was a 4.10 because that first shot came in pretty quick. But let's take a look what I got here. So my scores, I'm in the 50s and 60s, and a couple of 80s there is pretty good. Now, you notice that first one was fast, 1.17 seconds, 0.84, 0.91, 0.96. So not too bad. This one I would say was a little fast. That one was a little slow. So that first one I was kind of thinking about, was that at the right pace or not? So let's try it again. Let's go real quick. Let's run down and see about our accuracy standards. And again, we want to get our hits. 5 shots inside the 4-inch circle. I feel really good about that. So that's 5 shots in the 4-inch circle. Let's do it again. All right, let's try it again, a 1-second cadence. Again, we're at 7 yards. We're trying to get inside that 4-inch circle. We're trying to keep that nice and trying to hit that 1-second cadence. 1 front sight, 2 front sight, 3 front sight, 4 front sight, 5 front sight. Because that's teaching us to find our sights again, get enough accuracy on the target that we want to get after it. Let's try it one more time. Front sight, front sight, front sight, front sight, 5 front sight. Good, felt good about that one. Now my average score there is 71.8 in 4.1 seconds. Let's look and see where we are here. 115, so a little slow on the second one, but 9.3, 9.387. Felt pretty good about those. So those are looking pretty good. Let's come down and check our target again. And again, I'm able to see enough of my sights to get what I'm doing. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. Now let's move the timer down. Okay, now we're going to move down to the half-second cadence. And in order to move down to the half-second cadence, I'm not going to shoot at the smaller target. Now I'm going to shoot a little bit more center of massy target, right? So I know that I'm going to shoot faster. So instead of 1 front sight, 2 front sight, now I'm shooting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. So I'm trying to go a little faster. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. That gives me 2 shots per second. So that's what we're going to do. We're moving down to our half-second cadence. Again, I can see, do I have enough accuracy just with a regular timer? But I really like the Mantis X for this if you have it, because it gives me some more objective feedback. It gives me the exact time between shots. It also gives me an objective measure of what was going on in the muzzle when the shot went off. Let's give this a go. All right. Okay, so let's see what we have. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. So here we go. We come off that first one, 23 hundredths, then 43, 44, 43, 40. So I'm a little faster than a half second, but I'm very consistent. Now you notice because I'm shooting faster, my total score is a little bit lower. But here's what I want to start looking at. What I want to start looking at here is I want to see what does that mean for my muzzle. So my muzzle's moving just a little bit on that 5th shot. First shot, obviously I was already on target. It's a very clean shot. Second shot, it was coming back down. So I actually was down here at the beginning of it. was up just a little high, and then my muzzle rise a little bit more. Notice here my recoil control, excellent on my third shot. My muzzle's still coming down, which is why that shot score is so low, and I'm okay with that. This one here, kind of off to the side, had a little sloppy shot on number 4, and then that last shot there, again, same thing, came down, came back to the center because I really did feel that one there, and so that gave me all my shots here. So again, that's why that score was a little bit lower. Well, let's go check our target. So running a little bit fast, faster than the half seconds, but I'm hitting in the accuracy that I want, again, at 7 yards here. Now you'll notice in both my targets, I am probably pressing just a little bit to the right. You notice, if anything, I am angling just a little right. That's kind of my bent and my challenge. Let's go shoot it again and see if we can get it any better. So the thing that I like about the unit here is you'll hear it. So you're going to hear it count down 12 beeps. It's going to give me 6 seconds. Beep, 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 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and go. And it'll tell me that, so it kind of gives me a cadence to go from. So see if I can kind of count that a little bit better. Again, hit those 5 shots, see how they do for me. All right, 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, a little bit different score here. So again, let's see what we have. Notice how consistent my times are here. So I'm really hitting my time scores. So 4.6, 4.5, 4.4, 4.8, 4.5, hitting everything I like. Now, of course, that last, we got a couple in here. Notice the first couple I had really still muzzle. The last few, the muzzle's really moving. So let's go take a look at them here. So cadence and pace. Now, what do these give you? The 1 second pace gives me a careful, deliberate shot. The half second pace gives me a quick but not as fast as I can fire shot. So it is a controlled shot. If I go down from there, it's 0.3s or so is about as fast as I teach most people to shoot, because you got to be able to see your front sight and control it. So something like this, these kinds of drills, as we get used to 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, and we can use a shot timer. I love the shot timer on the Mantis X app. You know, this is a great tool because it gives me objective feedback quickly. And this kind of tool can really help you with that, and that'll make you a better shooter when it comes time to actually either, as a defensive shooter, shoot for real, because now I know exactly how fast do I need to shoot based on distance and based on how much accuracy I need. If you're a competitive shooter, same thing. How fast can I hammer these targets to get the hits that I need and go? So use that this week in your live fire training to get some cadence going, so then that way you know how fast you can shoot at what distances.